can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. It. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
Here we go. It's another edition of the Daily Puck Drop. It is Monday, August 11th. To welcome in kiddos to the show. We go live every day here on Twitter and also on YouTube and the Puck Sports mobile app. And once the show is over, everything is podcast up on for your video pleasure YouTube. And if you want to listen to the show, that's all you want to do on your favorite podcast platforms. And you can find everything up at pucksports.com. We broadcast live every single day from the Limbach Lumber Studios. They're going to take care of you. They got old school service. It's a handshake. It's a paper receipt. No computers. Guys are great. Just please, all your lumber needs, go local. Limbach Lumber. They've been doing it since 1930. Give them a call. Tell them I sent you. 206-782-3487. Visit them online at limbachlumber.com. Also, if you want to interact on all the fabulous and positive social media channels, Puck Sports on Twitter, Instagram, also there on Blue Sky as well, if that is your cup of tea. And you can find all of our little video content we put up on TikTok, Puck_sports there, and on Facebook as well. All right. Cal Raleigh's race for 61. We'll talk about that. Jim's betting woes. Do we give him a buyout? Ichiro's speech. Bill Krueger is here on a Monday, but from Bend, Oregon. He joins us on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. He's such a big deal. I believe he's added a sponsor today, all by himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Pierce College baseball dad alum. It's Jim Moore, brought to you by...
Hey, Puck, I'm excited. Yeah, Pierce College baseball alum. I'm one of those dads who still misses my kids playing baseball. But, yeah, sure had some fun down there at Pierce College. My thanks to Brad Brotherton this morning. We're starting a new sponsorship, Cougs supporting Cougs, a fellow Coug, with the Puck Sports broadcast from Brotherton Cadillac Buick GMC. At Brotherton, they're proud to be a fourth-generation family-owned dealership. And it's not just a business that's been generational. By God, it's also 4 generations deep at Washington State University. Go Cougs. The Cougar Pride runs strong at Brotherton. And yes, Cougs take care of Cougs. But that said, they'll take care of their Husky friends too. But listen, if you bring up their Apple Cup record, don't be surprised if we mention your 2008 season. Whether you're up north or down south, there's a Brotherton location nearby. In the north end, visit Brotherton Cadillac Northwest on Aurora and Shoreline. In the south end, you'll find Brotherton Buick GMC and Brotherton Cadillac in Renton, just off 405, or check out brothertonauto.com. Also brought to you by, I'm such a huge deal, A Clean Streak by Brian Turner, professional window and exterior cleaning service in Oak Harbor, proudly serving Island and Skagit counties for more than 10 years, expanding to Snohomish County. So take advantage of the service that A Clean Streak provides for you. They'll clean your roof, unclog your gutters, pressure wash your driveway or patio or your deck or your siding or whatever. They'll even wash your windows too. For a free estimate, call 360-395-5748 or visit acleanstreak.com. I can't tell you how much I appreciate Brian Turner at A Clean Streak and Brad Brotherton, fellow Coug, for supporting us here at pucksports.com.
How about you? What a big deal. I mean, bro, you can't get Brotherton on anything. How are you able to pull that off?
Well, you know, you're not paying me anything, so I got to find somebody else to give me some money. So
should I be paying you anything?
Likely not. This whole thing is seat of the pants for me. I mean, my whole life has been seat of the pants.
Look at these guys. Well, welcome, Brotherton Cadillac. Yeah, by the way, hey, Brotherton, I mean, I can always use a Cadillac. I mean, and by the way, I mean, here's the thing. I like to drive my Cadillac around Seattle as I'm, taking kids to practice and being an Uber driver for a father. And then when I get home from Brotherton Cadillac, I like to sit on my back porch and have a Manny's Pale Ale from Georgetown Brewery. And when I'm sipping that Manny's Pale Ale from Georgetown Brewery, and sometimes I follow it there with a Rogers Pilsner or even a tavern beer, I'll finish that beer. Then I'll walk on down the steps to my beautiful new synthetic turf lawn from Synthetic Turf Northwest. I get in a few holes on the putting green, me and the vampire, and we putt a little bit there at Synthetic Turf Northwest.com, and it's just fabulous. And then we've got to fix the fence, the gate on the side of our house, and I'm going to do that this weekend. And I'm going to head down to Limback Lumber, and I'm going to buy some new wood from Limback Lumber, limbacklumber.com. Big thanks to those. But I could drive down to Limback Lumber in my brand new Cadillac. Brought to you by Brotherton Cadillac. I could really get into that. I'm going to be honest with you, old Brotherton family. I could really find myself in that XT6 luxury all-wheel drive Cadillac. How about it? Brotherton, Puck Sports, match made in heaven.
Are you done? You know how many listeners you just lost right there? Hey, let me ask you something.
There's like two people listening and watching, so it doesn't.
Okay, all the years in sports radio, like I worked with a bunch of hosts who had car dealers that were sponsoring them and that kind of thing, and they got free cars. And I don't expect a free car from Brad Brotherton. I'm just so damn grateful that he's helping us out here. But did you ever have a car from a car dealer?
I did not, but I could find myself in a. We're going to go to Chelan in a few weeks, Brotherton, and I'm just wondering if it would make that trip a lot more luxurious if I found myself in a 2025 Cadillac Escalade. Exciting, bold, iconic, move through the world in a vehicle befitting your status, in motion and at rest. Escalade demands attention with exceptional physicality and magnificent design. Witness as luxury transforms into legendary. Escalade, Cadillac, Brotherton.
Would you stop? I mean, you sounded like Jim Nantz. You actually sound like you know what you're doing. And Brad's going to be listening to this going, why in the hell am I not paying Puckett? Why am I paying Jim?
He doesn't need to pay me anything. Brad, I go to about half the games over in Pullman. The problem is,
you know how many Jim goes to?
Jim goes to none. So when I'm driving over there, especially in the winter, Brad, I can't take the van. But you know what I can take, Brad? Is that Cadillac Escalade. Because that's going to get me over the pass. It's going to be safe for my family, my two kids. And Brotherton Cadillac is about safety. And about kids. And about Pullman and God's country. And what better way to pull up to homecoming this year in Pullman than a 2025 Cadillac Escalade?
Yeah, but then you wouldn't be able to pull into Pullman in your beater of a van. What's that?
It's not a beater.
Again? What's it called again?
Goldie.
And what is it? Those things, I didn't know that they're worth like 30 grand or something.
Oh,
I mean, they look like they're worth about 300.
I'd go up more than that, but okay.
Okay.
Go up more.
All right.
The collector's item.
I know you're proud of that. And if you were in a Brotherton Cadillac, you wouldn't be able to be driving Goldie over there.
No, because if I'm in a Brotherton Cadillac, I can sleep in the back of the Brotherton Cadillac. It's so spacious. When we were traveling to Chelan in the Brotherton Cadillac, I had two dogs, the kids, their two friends, paddle boards, plus all of our luggage. Still had room to lay down and take a nap in my brand new Escalade from Brotherton Cadillac.
I feel like I'm watching the Masters.
You could be, hey, Brad.
Are you done yet? I mean, do you want to get down to
the whole
how
show
much I suck at betting or what?
The whole show is going to be pitching to Brad about, hey, how about a Cadillac?
Yeah, you're such a doofus, man.
Why am I a doofus?
Well, because if I'm hosting a podcast and I'm trying to attract listeners and viewers and get more people to spend $5 for my blather, I would probably say, hey man, let's get right to it. Mariners 9-1 homestand. Sure. They're favored to win the American League. This is why they're going to end their drought. They're going to go to the World Series. It's going to happen.
There's a fast forward button.
Last.
Yeah, there's a
Quit
fast
interrupting me. What?
No, there's a fast forward button. You can just get fast forward.
Oh, okay.
They've already done that.
I do that with Mitch. I listened to Mitch's podcast this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Great. So
I skipped through the stuff when he's doing the area code. He talks about the area code.
I was waiting how far we'd get into you to promote somebody else's show. So we got Mitch in. You want to work
he's
in?
He's part of your deal too. KJ Arntz. Why don't you just dovetail into that? Funny you mentioned Mitch. Every Thursday for Puck's Posse members, if you spend $5, you can listen to Mitch Levy every Thursday,
including last week's show where he continues to be pessimistic about Cal Raleigh and how Cal is going to struggle. And how Cal is wearing down. much like someone who last Wednesday made me a bet for $50 that our good friend Cal Raleigh will not hit 50 home runs. Well, since that Wednesday declaration by Jim Moore, Cal Raleigh has done quite well for himself.
Fly ball, blasted out to center field. Cal Raleigh's done it. A go-ahead 3-run 8th-inning homer. Goes after the first pitch. A deep drive the opposite way. Cal Raleigh has homered yet again. The third most home runs by a catcher in single season history. Cal blisters this out to right field. He has homered. Cal Raleigh's 45th home run this year. He has tied the one and only Johnny Bench.
Did you hear that? He tied Johnny Bench. So since you declared that he would not hit 50, he has hit 3 since we've last since you made that bet. So at 45, he's on pace now, if he plays every single day, to hit 61.
He's been impressive, hasn't he?
This is what you get when you claim to be a Mariners fan. You bet against the guy who right now is the leader for the American League MVP. Would you like him?
You know what? I deserve that. I mean, I deserve that. That was really bad on my part. Bad on so many levels. To bet against a Mariner, and then it was horrible. Can I have like a mulligan? Can I take it back? I had some. I mean, I feel bad about it because, especially like the one that he hit Friday night, that for all the world looked like the Mariners were going to lose that game. They trailed 2-0, bottom of the 8th. They had 2 runners on, but you thought, it's probably just not going to happen. A letdown coming off of the White Sox series. I don't know what it was, but it just didn't seem like they were going to win that game that night.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Raleigh does what he does, and changed everything. I think that's one of those games that you're going to look back on and go, yeah, these aren't the same Mariners. Like I had a buddy Saturday night. He texted me before the Ichiro speech, and he goes, every time the Mariners have one of these, whether it was Edgar night when they were retiring his number or the Griffey night when they retire his number, they always lose the game. So bet with both hands, Jimmy, against the Mariners. Take the Rays tonight. Now, I didn't do it, and I'm glad I didn't because not to jinx it, knock on wood, all that stuff. This is a different Mariner team. We know all about all the Mariner teams since 1977 and, the 95 team and the 01 team being notable exceptions. But this one is different, especially since they added Suarez and Naylor. Everybody knows that. But this just has a different feel to it. And I don't think they're going to blow it this year. They don't look like they have blow it in their vocabulary this year. I barely was able to spit that out. They always have blow it in their vocabulary. But this year, I think they found a way to eliminate that. Okay. They just seem clutch. And there's so many things about them. It was so much fun watching this homestand. They not only won, they kind of coasted in a lot of those games. They had, some somewhat tense moments, but usually they're 1-run games and you're sweating it out so much, but not so much with these guys. And then the other thing I was thinking about today, if they fall behind 6-1, which is unlikely with their pitching staff, but let's say they do, you're not going to sit there and go, oh, man, I guess I'll keep watching, but they're not going to come back. This team can come back. I mean, they'll come back from a 5-run deficit down the stretch here in one of these games. So, yeah, it's been so much fun to watch.
Are you done filibustering? Can we get back to
what do you want? You want to get back to Brotherton Cadillac and how much you want a car?
Well, I mean, I could have gone to the game yesterday, but I did not have a car. But if I had a Cadillac from Brotherton.
Hey, even if you had a Brotherton Cadillac, it would take you like an hour and a half to go, 5 miles where you live.
I don't even think it's 5 miles. I think it's like less than 4, and it would take 90 to 100 minutes to get down there where I live. Since you made the bet, he's slugging 750 with an OPS over 1,000.
Okay.
So
do you want to
just give me
the 50?
you want to just give me the money now for both bets or wait?
No, I think it's going to be a great season. Like when the season ends, they have a series against the Dodgers, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay, and how many games is that from now? 39 games away until
40. No, there's 43 games left.
43 games left. Okay. I think you and I will be talking on Monday, preparing. They'll win the AL West, and they'll be getting ready for their first round matchup. And we'll be congratulating Cal Raleigh on his 49 home runs, and what a great season.
Sure. So you still don't think he's going to reach 50, huh, bud?
Well, I tend to think that he's going to get to 50.
Hey, and, since you made that other great bet with Suarez going to hit more than him, Suarez has been killing it since the trade.
A 2-run single yesterday. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Yeah, I heard. Well, let me bring up Mitch again.
Okay, hold on. Let me hold on. That's the second reference of.
Well, Mitch is listening.
Yeah, that's at least it's better than your usual your Chuck and Buck reference.
Well, it's part of my show. It's part of my show prep. I go
listening to other people.
Yeah, take the dogs. Take the dogs out.
I don't got to do much effort, and I just parrot what they said. That's perfect. We all do the same thing. Go ahead.
What do you expect from me? You worked with me for 2.5 years.
Yeah, I don't expect much.
Gino's hitting 105 since they picked him up.
Is he? I thought batting average doesn't matter.
It does to me.
Oh, I was told batting average is not a big deal.
Well, I know it matters to you too.
Well, his OPS is 357. He's got 15 strikeouts and 2 walks. But here's the glass half full with Gino, right? They went 9-1 on this homestand, and he hasn't done anything yet. Wait till he gets going. Because he gets in one of these modes for a couple 3 weeks. He's on fire as he can get as hot as anyone on this team. Imagine if he gets going at the same time that Naylor is and Raleigh is and all of them. I mean, my God. I mean, just think about there's no real holes. If there you really take a step back and look at this lineup right now and go, there really are no gimmies or holes right now. Cole Young's been fantastic since the break. JP's been good since they moved him down. We talked about, chef's kiss, Canzone. So he's been fabulous in right field. I mean, where right now is the black hole with him?
They don't have one.
They don't have one.
And I know that you respect Las Vegas as much as I do when it comes to setting odds.
Love it.
They're favored to win the American League because of that lineup and because of the pitching.
They just had the fabulous MLB Central morning show that I watch every single day. They just did a whole segment on it. They're the team to beat. They're the best team on paper. They're the best team on the field. They are the team to beat. They had a whole panel of it. Shahadi, Robert Flores, DeRosa. They had John Paul Morosi, used to be working at the PI. They're all just discussing it, and they all agreed it's the best team in the American League.
Yeah. Well, the Blue Jays have a better record. The Tigers do too, but the Mariners have better odds to win the World Series than either one of those two teams.
What are they again? Did you mention them?
They're 3.5 to 1 to win the American League right now. And they're 8 to 1, the best odds in the American League to win the World Series. 8 to 1. The Seattle Mariners are 8 to 1 to win the World Series. And that seems like a pretty good bet.
How are they going to break?
There's only two teams that have better odds than the Mariners to win the World Series. The Dodgers at 3.5 to 1.
Padres?
And the Phillies at 5.5 to 1. Phillies. The Mariners are 8 to 1 to win the damn thing. The whole thing.
What if we finally get our natural rival, the Vetter Cup, in the World Series? Wouldn't that be something?
I want to see him play the Dodgers.
Oh, the Dodgers. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
To go down there to watch a game on the road. If no one's ever been to Dodger Stadium, it's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I don't care who they play. They can play anyone. I just get in.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm thinking about, what do you think of this idea? I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but
I think it's a great idea before you even say it.
As we get closer and closer, like there's a lot of people who've been waiting a long time for a season like this. And a lot of us who were alive back in 77 when this whole thing started. And to think that it's been going since 1977 and we haven't seen the Seattle Mariners in the World Series yet, it's just crazy. But I was thinking about interviewing my 96-year-old mom.
Great.
And what it means to her. And, because we always talk about, remember when the Cougs, we were like, just once in my life, I'd like to see us go to the Rose Bowl. And finally, after 63 years, it happened. And I'm just, wondering about my mom's perspective. God, she's such a huge fan. She loves the pregame show, the postgame show, everything Mariners, and she's just front and center. And I just was thinking, God, when you're 96, you don't have much time left, and you're kind of like, God, Jimmy, I hope they can do it this year. And I'm
Let's
like,
have her on. Let's tape
hope
something.
they can too.
Let's tape something with her. Would she do this?
Well, she probably would, yeah.
Yeah.
But she's
likes
probably
me
more
than-
challenged cyber speaking than I am anyway, but yeah.
Well, I don't know. Let's see.
But she's always loved baseball. And
Yeah.
she was a member of the women's club, the Seattle Mariners women's club way back when. And yeah. So I was thinking about doing that.
It'd be cool if you do that, and then if you could find get some help from the Mariners, and you could post this up at Jim Moore, the go-to guy.substack.com, and original season ticket holders. I wonder how many there are. There's got to be, I don't know, a handful that have had
there's
season
got to be
tickets
more
since
than a
day
handful.
one.
Well, let's see. I was 19 when they started.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
They've
I know.
got to have a list. They've got to have a list.
There's got to be still hundreds of season ticket holders.
Sure. That would be cool. That would be a cool story to kind of get all their perspective on it.
That would take quite a bit of work for a retired guy, though. I mean, I got a tee time at Juniper today at 3:15 in Redmond.
Love Juniper. God, that's a great little track. Great little golf course.
Juniper's nice. Supposed to be 100 degrees here, though. So this
90,
might be my last appearance on your podcast.
92 here up in Seattle, Washington. 92. It's too hot. It's too hot. What are you going to do with the dogs? They take the dogs out? They should have done it this morning.
You got air conditioning there?
No. There's no way. No.
Yeah, I like. See, Seattle still is old school. There's a lot of homes that don't have air conditioning.
We should have it. I think we've got something you put in the window, the one, and we just haven't put it up. I should put it in today. Yeah, it's going to be a warm. I'm thinking about this doesn't sound right. Nights. It just doesn't have the same.
No.
How about nighttime? It's nighttime.
No.
I'm worried about the boys on the practice field today. Jesus.
Well, call it off.
Well, it's not my call. Just the guy that holds a tackling dummy up. I would call it off.
Yeah, 92. That's hot for Seattle. Yeah, the kids
running around in pads at 5:15.
You can't. Okay, Puck. You can't complain about the heat.
The hottest time of day in this town. You know it. Everyone knows it. 5:00.
Okay.
5:00.
But you can't complain about it being hot because you're always complaining about it being wet and dreary and miserable there in Seattle.
No, but it's too hot. 92 is too hot. Too hot.
Yeah. Okay, but what are you going to be saying in January? Why do I live here?
Why do I live here? And
but thank God I have got that artificial turf in the backyard, so I don't have to mow it.
I thank you for bringing that up because the benefit at Synthetic Turf Northwest is that it doesn't matter what time of year, especially in the winter, Jim, I can go out there and work on my chipping game and my putting game. And in fact, the 12-year-old last night just got a new set of clubs yesterday for his 12th birthday. Was out there chipping away, working on his game. Even with his, did I tell you that he's got a cast? Did I tell you that he fractured his wrist? Have I mentioned that yet? Oh yeah, like 3 weeks.
What happened? Did he get hit by a pitch?
4 weeks ago. Oh, I wish he got hit by a pitch. No, he did not. No, I don't wish that. Yeah, he fell off his electric scooter. Those things are dangerous.
Fell off his scooter. Is he still practicing playing football?
Oh yeah. Cast on and everything. Guy's a warrior. Getting mad at the coaches for not letting him do the tackling drills. Why can't I tackle? Well, I
don't want Owen to grow up. He's not even my kid.
You have a fractured wrist. You have a cast on. So, doesn't hurt. Can I tackle?
Has his voice changed yet?
Not yet. I think he's going to be a late bloomer. He's going to be a late bloomer. Not yet. Not quite yet. But so he did that. But this guy, it's the best thing for his golf swing because, he can't break his wrist. So he's been into golf now. He's crazy into it. And so he can't break his wrist. So he's got that swing, where you take it all back one piece and then swing through. It's great. It's actually a good little teaching tool for him.
Good. So, yeah, Stevie's down here this week before he goes to Pullman. School starts next Monday. And we're playing golf every day. We played at Ouija Creek yesterday, Juniper today, Aspen Lakes tomorrow, Crooked River on Wednesday. Yeah.
Are those free or are you paying for that? Because that's a lot of money. That adds up.
I'm paying for that.
Wow.
Yeah, because I don't get free golf anymore.
Well, big thanks to Clean Streak and Brotherton Cadillac, proud sponsors of the Go-To Guy.
Yeah.
Here on
you're right about that.
pucksports.com.
Thanks so much to them.
Brad and Brian, your money that you're spending with Jim going right to the golf course.
Well, you know what I was
Good
thinking
reason.
today? And Brian, I don't know about Brad. Brad would probably like me to bet on the Cougs with the money that he's given me, but Brian doesn't care what I spend it on. I'm thinking about the next time I get a payment from Brian is just funneling it all to DraftKings and taking the Mariners at 8-1.
Just funneling it all.
Yeah. Why don't you like the Mariners at 8-1 right now?
Sure.
Don't you think they're better than the Dodgers, or at least as good as the Dodgers?
I would like to see them I'd like to see their pitching staff against anybody in the playoffs. I mean, the Dodgers
they're going to add Miller next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to add Robles the 1st of September. Luke Raley coming back tomorrow. What do you do with Luke Raley?
Well, so what's the move? Master Bonney?
Yeah, I would think so.
Not Solano, right? They want to keep him.
Yeah, you got to have that platoon in order. You got to make sure that you
well, they don't even use the platoon. Hey, speaking of first base, how about this scare with Naylor? Like, I'm thinking Naylor. I had put it in my head that Josh Naylor was going to be out for 2 weeks.
I did too.
And then he doesn't even,
because it would be just the Mariners' luck.
Exactly. You get this guy, he's on fire, everyone loves him. They finally did something at the deadline, and then he gets hurt right away. He misses one game. In fact, wasn't technically even going to miss that game. He just didn't start. They said he could have pitched it. He comes back the very next day, home run, and swings out of his ass and looked fine, run around the bases, stole another base, made a great play at first. I take back everything I had heard about him playing first base. Looks great over there. Looks unbelievable.
That diving play that he made was a Saturday night. The one hopper that he
flipped it to Spire
cleanly, and then he gets up, and it's like he doesn't even look like he's frazzled or like, God, I got to hurry this little pitch over here to Spire. And he's the thing too is that what's so great about him is not only his production, the tangible stuff, but he's just such an understated, humble guy. Like
you
Cal.
love him. You love Josh Naylor.
I'm writing about him in the News Tribune tomorrow. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a bunch of different anecdotes about him. If you got any, pass them along. Huh?
You try to interview him?
No, I'm not going to try and interview him.
Oh.
I'm just going to steal other people's work and then weave it into a column. Well, you know me. That's
I think that because you would do the interview differently than so many other people, I think that you interviewing Naylor actually would be pretty good. Because you're just talking about other stuff rather than baseball. Maybe he's just all about baseball. I don't know, but
yeah, I'd like to find out if he has a dog or what he's all about. He's married to a singer-songwriter.
That's
I learned
right.
that last night.
Yeah, and he's got a great shoe game. So he's got a great
pair
of
Angie
shoes
was talking about the shoes on the broadcast yesterday.
Yeah, he's got great shoes. I love those Nikes, the high top Jordans. Beautiful.
And then I like that. For some reason, I still like the guys that wear, that show the socks.
Agreed.
In their uniform.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, he almost made a play yesterday where it when it ricocheted off Woo, and then he grabbed it, and did you see him like flip it behind his back to Woo?
Yeah, and then there's that other aspect of him that he's a little overweight, and I think we like people like that, don't we?
I almost spit out my water. He's just a little poorly. Josh Naylor here for Ozempic. Now, I don't take it because I don't want to lose weight. I like the way I am right now. So instead of Ozempic, I'm brought to you by Beecher's Mac and Cheese. I eat 3 cups a day, 4 times a day. Beecher's.
You could have said Krueger Gold.
Well, isn't Beecher's basically Krueger Gold? Didn't the guy steal it? Isn't that it?
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know,
I think the guy was a Krueger Gold dude and then opened up Beecher's and then just took the recipe.
Yeah. Can we agree that Naylor's like you and me, that he could stand to lose 10 pounds?
No, I like Naylor exactly. I don't like to body shame people, so I like Naylor just how he is, and so does his family.
All right.
I
mean, it's not like he's Vogie. It's not like he's Vogie over there.
No, but he's
or Deho Lee or something.
I love Deho Lee or Jesus Montero. He is. Yeah, I mean, what is he? 5'10"? What do they say? 5'10", 250? Is that what they list him at?
No, he's not listed at that.
All right, but
it's just like with height, they always make it higher than what the guy is, and with weight, they always make it lower.
Sure, but that's what does. He look like 5'10", 250? That's kind of what he looks like, right?
Yeah, but I think he's listed at 230 or 235.
Okay. He is. I mean, a great base runner, super athletic, super agile over there. I mean, I'm telling you right now, 5 years, $100 million for him is a steal. Just a steal.
Yeah, because and he's only 28.
Yeah.
So you'd still be getting. I mean, he's in his prime right now, but you'd still be getting a portion of his prime and then a little bit of the twilight, but not total twilight.
33. I mean, you take him to his 33, be fine. If he continues to play over there, he can DH too as well. I mean, it mirrors up there with Cal. Just don't. Again, I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but just don't let him leave the building. Please don't let him leave. Just the whole.
Well, you're going to upset Mitch with this kind of talk.
I know he will. You know what? Mitch can go. You know, he can go pound sand. He also thinks that Cal Raleigh was falling apart. Huh, Mitch? How'd Cal do the last week? Huh?
No, it's been fun, hasn't it? And Josh Naylor.
Great. He is just the exact package that when we talked about him before they acquired him. It was not just how he plays, just his hitting, his defense, and all that, and just the player that he is. But it was just his attitude that he would bring to this team. That I think every team needs that type of player on your squad because they don't all have to be the same. And then when you hear him talk, and you brought it up last week in his press conference or when he was being interviewed post game, just how he talks about the game. There's just a lot to like about Josh Naylor and how he's already kind of ingrained himself in that clubhouse. Working with others. It's just it's a good, you hear a lot of these guys and gals who cover the team talk about just what a great group of guys they are. And, I know winning helps that, but really they are. I mean, it's got good personalities in there.
Well, it probably goes without saying, but I'm used to saying stuff like that. And I say it anyway.
Sure.
Winning the World Series or going at least to the ALCS would increase your chances of keeping Josh Naylor next year, because I would think that he'd be going, hey man, I really didn't want to, maybe he was okay with coming to Seattle. He's bounced around a little bit.
Sure.
And maybe this will be more likely to be a permanent home for him, that I want to remain here and be a part of what they have here and sustain the success that we've had. If they were to fizzle out, then maybe he'd be more inclined to go, oh man, Miami's offering me $22 million instead of Seattle's $18 million. I think I'll go there and hang out on the beach.
Well, I mean, listen, I think he is. I think they're all about, winning. I think winning is always priority for those guys, or I should say earning money. But I do think he's the combo of, I want to win, but he get paid at the same time. I mean, $100 million. I mean, it's, a chump change. And I'm just throwing that out there because that's just, if you read like what his market value is, that's where he's at. But
isn't that about what Cal got?
I got to remind myself.
I think Cal got less than $20 million a year.
I'd have to go look it back up.
I remember it's easy to say now that the Mariners got a screaming deal for Cal Raleigh, but I thought they got a screaming deal for Cal Raleigh before he started hitting 45 home runs.
How about the deal they've got for a Rose Arena right now? $11 million.
God, that's nothing for what he's doing.
Oh, absolutely. Although, hey, Randy, when the ball is hit into the corner, can we jump just a little bit faster at it? Just a little bit faster?
That's what Stevie was saying yesterday. For the fastest guy in the league just hit that. Yeah. He might go for 3. Yeah. I mean, I know that it's typically an automatic double for a guy in the left field corner, but
just run a little faster. It's okay. Just a little bit more of an effort. That's the thing that always, because that's the yin and the yang with him. Because he's such a fun player, and he's great. And defensively, he's good out there, but he's so excitable. But
is he good? What is he? What would you rate him? Average? Because He looks like he really gets on, as Niehaus would say, Junior's on his horse. He gets on his horse sometimes.
Yeah, I think he's average to above. But there are these
like
moments where
6.5 as a fielder.
Yeah, there's all these moments there that he has that like that. And he did it twice. It was not only that triple, but it was also on a double that I would think it was Kim that hit it. He was just kind of like just kind of lollygagging over there. Like,
yeah, I think it's fair to say that he doesn't give full effort 100% of the time.
Yeah, like 96% maybe.
Yeah, I know.
There is that 4% of him that kind of waffles a little bit. It's fun. I mean, I think for this area, they've been waiting so long for it. And, I think since 2001, I mean, this is the best opportunity based on the American League, everything that's set out in front of them. This is their best opportunity to get there. I mean, you just start looking at teams ahead of them. I mean, what are they're 3 games back of Toronto for, the top spot in the American League. They're just 2 games back there of Detroit. I mean, you think about that right now, they could have, it's not only just about winning the division, it's winning the division and then also getting that first round bye so they can just go right to the divisional series. Don't have to play at all. Right now as it's set up, they would host the Red Sox in the playoffs, being the 4th seed and the Red Sox being the 5th seed. But I mean, man, if they could, not only just get in, win the division, get in, and then sit back and rest. Oh,
and get your rotation in order.
Yeah, set up that rotation, that's going to be a great debate. I mean, that's going to be the fun thing about this as we get closer to this and they make this run and they get in, is now the debate on the rotation. Oh, just all the back and forth. Who are the 3 guys going to be? Who's going to sit? Who's going to be this year's version of Marco Gonzalez?
Well, okay, but the other thing is who starts game 1? Like if you had game 1 tomorrow, who would you start? Because you can make a case for all of them, and then you can make a case to not have one of those guys be your starter in game 1 too. They've all been good, but they haven't been as terrific as they were last year.
I think it's fun for fans to debate. I don't think there's a debate one iota inside that clubhouse, inside that manager's room.
You think it's Gilbert?
Yeah.
Okay, even though he hasn't, he's kind of, I wouldn't say struggled, but he hasn't been the Logan Gilbert that he was last year.
He hasn't gone. He's been great for like 5 innings.
Yeah.
And he's missing that 6th inning, 7th inning, working deeper into games. To me, if I'm just getting inside of Dan Wilson's head, I don't think he hesitates to start him. I think it's Gilbert. I think it's Woo. And then I think it's Castillo. I think Kirby sits.
Okay. So Kirby's your number 4 guy.
Yeah. That's what I think he's going to do. But think about that. You're
imagine other teams in the league that would kill to have George Kirby as a 4th starter.
You're bringing in Kirby. Just think about what you could do. You could bring in Kirby in the 4th inning. Hey, give us 2 innings and just max out. Okay. Same thing for Miller. Coming in the 4th inning or the 5th inning. Go the 5th inning. You get the 5th and the 6th.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, no, and we always used to sit there and look at this Mariner team and go, yeah, they're built for the playoffs because they're pitching. But then you always had questions about, but are they going to be able to hit the other team's pitching that is a superior caliber too? And then so you had questions about that. You don't have those questions anymore.
No.
You still have the pitching, and now you have this lineup that can hit anybody. I mean, I would still venture to say that they could lose to a 5th starter, but they've already proven they can beat number 1s this year. They beat Skubal twice, and they beat Skeens.
I agree. Yeah, 100% I agree with that. Yeah, they have shown this ability this year. They've been losing to the bad teams, has been their MO. But on the flip side of it, they've killed. They've had great success against teams top pitchers, just like you said.
Well, and then Puck, you've talked about, and nationally they talk about it too. It's a down year in baseball as far as not really one team that stands out that you're going, the Mariners, they're having a good season, but how in the world are they going to beat like the Yankees or something like that? But this year, you look at the American League anyway, and the National League too. I used to think the Dodgers would be unbeatable once you got to the World Series, but the American League, it's up for grabs. And so why not Seattle this year?
It's up for grabs. We bring the Yankees. I mean, the Yankees got to get in. I mean, my God, the Yankees, had they lost the other day, they would have been dropped out of the wild card. I think that was on Saturday. And Cleveland would have jumped them. I mean, they're only a half game. I mean, people realize this. They're only a half game up right now on the Guardians for the third wild card standing. The Guardians.
Yeah.
We're out there too without their best closer right now. Or, their best relief pitcher in Clase, because he's like you and I, a degenerate gambler. But yeah, the Yankees, they're falling apart right now. I mean, they may not get in the playoffs.
God, that'd be beautiful, wouldn't it?
Oh my God, it'd be great. And I'm not convinced. I know I'm not convinced with the Red Sox. I just think the Red Sox, they're young and they've made all these changes and they're really playing above their weight. Maybe they'll surprise everyone, but I don't necessarily agree that they're in the Mariners class.
Well, who would you fear the most? The Blue Jays, the Tigers? Yeah, I suppose you could go, the Mariners could lose to either one of those two teams. But if I'm the Tigers or the Blue Jays, I'm more worried about the Mariners than the Mariners should be worried about them.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. No, I agree with you. I think when you look at those teams, I don't think you're really fearful of any of them. I guess you know who I'm most fearful of? Because they just haven't done it yet. I'm most fearful of Houston.
Are you?
Beat them. Yeah, just because they haven't beat them yet. You know what I mean? They just haven't taken them out. They've got to take them out for their mental wellness.
Okay, isn't this
need to eliminate them?
Beat the Bulls, though.
Yeah, this is my whole thing. You know this. This is my go-to line. I go to this every time. It's tired. It's a tired phrase, and it's just like that. It's the Pistons going through the Celtics. It's the Bulls going through the Pistons. No, people are tired of me saying it. But they've got to go through them. They've got to take them out. I think they take them out, not just get in the wild card. They take out Houston, win the division. I think that will give them this mental this just absolute bevy of confidence. And I just think they'll leapfrog, and I don't know if they're going to run away with it, but I just think that they'll be on a runaway train if they knock off Houston. I really do. Because that's just a team that's been in their ass all these years.
Maybe you'll agree with this. Probably not, but maybe. I think once the Mariners overtake Houston in the race, I don't think Houston's ever going to overtake them again.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And then what do they play again? The 19th? Is it September 19th they play again?
Yeah, and it's down there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait, is it a half game right now or one?
Half game.
Half game. So they play Boston tonight, and the Mariners are off, so they could enter that first game against Baltimore tied for the lead.
Yeah, so the Astros, they're back home. They took 2 or 3 from the Yankees. They got a 6-game homestand, Boston, and then Baltimore, and then the M's on the 9-game road tripper, which is cool because that final game against the Mets, I know you know this. You know they're playing in the Little League World Series Classic, correct?
I think that's awesome.
They're playing in that. And then there's a team from Washington, Bonney Lake.
Yeah,
who won, and they'll be playing in that, and so that very cool. God, cool for those kids, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Bonney
to
Lake
be back there, and their favorite major league team is going to be playing a game there.
Yeah, awesome. We haven't brought this up yet. I thought I did not watch it live. I was playing golf there on Saturdays. You and our good buddy Travis Fulton are blowing up my phone apparently, and then wondering why I'm not texting back. And I told you because I don't bring my phone with me.
Where'd you play?
Walter Hall, up in Everett.
Oh yeah.
Nice little track. It was fun.
Yeah.
Got out there a little bit late and just putzing around there. It was fun. So I didn't see his speech. Did not, see his speech or hear his speech live. Went back and watched it later when I got home. I mean, just goosebumps. I thought all of it. I thought the best part. Well, there was a lot of great parts of the speech, but the intro that the Mariners did, and whoever put that together. The team of people that put the video together of the fans writing him letters and then having them narrate those letters, fabulous. God, I've watched it like 5 times. It's so good. They have it up if you're on Twitter, just go to the Seattle Mariners Twitter handle and they posted it there. It's so good. God, it's great. And then the speech was, again, phenomenal. He did it again. I loved all the intros. I love Buhner kissing Riz. I love Riz's hairpiece almost flying off, but it didn't quite fly off, but it was there. It was solid.
No, you're not supposed to bring that up. That's taboo.
That's
a taboo thing. That's a taboo thing in Seattle sports. What are you doing?
It was fighting for its life to stay on. It was.
Come on.
So no. we love Riz. Come on.
My wife and I were thinking the same thing.
It's fighting for its life, but stayed on. I love that when they introduced John Stanton, he got booed, and they quickly turned up the music. All of it. But okay, now I'm being a smartass. The best part was Ichiro and the 3 or 4 minutes, maybe it was longer, honoring Randy Johnson. I thought that was the coolest thing about the speech. It was great.
Yeah, the whole thing, Puck, like you're saying, they didn't miss a beat on that. It was just terrific. It was emotional. For some reason, at one point, I just kind of teared up. Not like I was bawling, but my wife was looking at me. She's going, "God, you're getting emotional over this." I was like, "God, yeah, I am." And I'm such a, I don't know. I don't like myself sometimes being cynical and skeptical all the time, but that's part of who I am. But sometimes I just start thinking about. It was just cool seeing Edgar there, Randy. Junior, and every time I just love seeing Junior, and it just brings back so many memories and how he was just the greatest player I've ever seen. And I'm old enough to have seen Willie Mays, and I thought Junior was better than him. And I love the shot that Ichiro took at him, calling him the great American philosopher, and then going Kenneth George, whatever Griffey, and no, it was. And then the video tributes I thought were fun. It was surprising to me to see the glove be among the video tributes, but I loved it
more
anyway.
so than Tom Brady.
Yeah, Brady was. Yeah, but Brady's the GOAT, man. I mean, he's all time. I thought that was kind of cool to have him.
I thought having Peyton there was cool. All of it. The Mariners, how they did that, how they put it together. It was just A+. They always knock that stuff out of the ballpark. Him coming out of left field, just all of it. The number in the grass, just the way that him and Randy, the next day of them throwing up the first pitch together, the video and pictures behind the scenes of them playing catch inside the Mariners clubhouse. The fact that when he turned, I got choked up because like a father-son moment. When he turned to him, he was like, "I hope next year you and I can have a catch together." Yeah, I'm just like, that is just he just does such a great job of honoring the past and being so respectful of people. And when he said, "Hey, because you're my elder, I can't remember I have to call you Mr. Johnson, but now that I'm in the Hall of Fame, I feel we're on equal ground. Now I can call you Randy." He's just, and then when he turned to the players and addressed the players, and to watch all of those guys on the top step, just watching him and taking it all in, guys like Julio and Cole Young, just all of them. It was just perfect. That was a great moment. And that what he said, don't take it for granted. And I thought, in 2001, we'd just keep winning. We'd always win. And then they never did. That was it for him.
Well, I think seize the moment is going to be, a catchphrase for the Mariners the rest of the way, along with Trident's up. So because it really, you could see it in their eyes on that top step in the dugout. Sure. You could just see it, the reverence they had for him and how appreciative they are for having him as part of the team and coaching them.
Yeah, and then the last thing I would say is that as much as this organization has not had team success, because it's the only team that hasn't made it to the World Series, barely been to the playoffs. When those guys are parading out there in their Mariners Hall of Fame, the guy, you can make an argument you have the best left-hand pitcher in the history of the sport. You can make an argument you have the best player in the history of the sport. You can make an argument of the best right-hand hitter in the history of the sport. And then where does Ichiro rank? I mean, the best
unprecedented what he did, a Japanese position player coming over and doing what he did.
Best contact hitter, one of the best hitters to ever play. Think about that. And we don't even have A-Rod. Well, imagine if A-Rod had screwed up and you're like, oh, that, and then A-Rod's in there. You're talking about four guys that were on that field on Saturday night that are four of the best players who ever played the game. Ever played the game. So what time's your tea time?
3:15. We're going to go a little early, though, because, we need to work on parts of our game, Stevie and I do. And Kathy's going to.
And that parts of the game are the bar?
No, God, my short game, man. I'm just, a mental midget.
We all are, Jim. We all are.
Yeah.
We all are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Keep working at it.
Okay. Speaking of golf, I want to mention this because the folks over there at First Tee Greater Seattle have their sale coming up this week. So my kid has done First Tee a couple of years. We've gotten clubs through First Tee. They do this great job where people
First
donate.
Tee's great.
Oh, they donate their clubs, so you don't have to go spend thousands of dollars on new clubs. And if you can't afford the clubs, they have financial assistance. They will help you out. First Tee of all of it, but First Tee of Greater Seattle, it's just such a great organization of making sure all kids from all environments can play golf. They have their sale. One of their sales is coming up this Saturday over at Jefferson, now called the Bill Wright Golf Complex. But this Saturday, August 16th, in addition, they've got their fall class schedule that's going to open up on September 9th through October 19th. Little 60 to 90-minute sessions, six-week session at all of their 15 locations that are in King, Snohomish, and Skagit counties. And again, just like the club's financial assistance will take care of you. But I just wanted to mention that we were over there yesterday getting some clubs and just watching all the kids, the boys and girls who are putting it all together, all these high school kids that help out at First Tee, just phenomenal. So shout out to the crew over there, Alan and everybody, and Dan over there at First Tee Greater Seattle. So I just wanted to throw that out there before we let you go. Hey, quickly, in other news, we got to do our other news segment before you bail and get a cocktail or two and then go enjoy some golf.
Well, you think I drink all the time or something?
So in our other news segment.
Okay.
Congratulations to Jen Powell. If you know the story of Jen Powell, Jen Powell became the first female umpire to work behind a plate yesterday. She did that yesterday in the Braves series finale. There on Sunday. On Saturday, she made history, become the first female umpire to ever be an umpire in a Major League Baseball game. It's amazing that many. I would have thought baseball would have been the one that was ahead of, especially the NFL, in having a female umpire or referee. But I think the NFL broke it 10 years ago, maybe longer. NBA, I think, is the longest. But with the way, baseball has been with their berries, we think baseball would have been the first. But a very cool, long overdue moment for Jen Powell. And I want to mention a story that Adam Jew did over the weekend because he recapped a story that he wrote about Kristen Wren. And he did it about, I think, 5 years ago for the Pacific Northwest Lifestyle magazine, you get in the Sunday paper for the Times. She was the first woman to ever umpire, and she's from Seattle, first umpire in a professional baseball game, but it was for the Northwest League. She did it for 2 years. She never got into the majors. And Wren and Powell ended up connecting, and Wren came out and watched Powell umpire some games in Tacoma. So very cool. Go read that story, seattletimes.com there by Adam Jude. But very cool moment there in sports there over the weekend. You were probably watching it. I don't know if you were. Justin Rose secured another spot in the Ryder Cup. He did it again. 45-year-old Justin Rose won in a playoff yesterday. And in the first round of the FedEx Cup, he 3-shot deficit with 5 holes to play. And our guy, the guy who likes to sleep with older women, Tommy Fleetwood, again. I mean, this guy.
God, he's such a class act, though. He tweeted out, how much he appreciates all the support and how he's going to keep plugging along, get it done. And I sure hope he does.
It's me too. I can't watch it anymore if he continues to lose like this. I can't watch it. It's too much for me. He's got to win. When he wins, and he eventually will, it's gonna be incredible. But he finished one spot back at the playoff. Bonney Lake, we mentioned this before. They open up the Little League World Series Friday at 12 o'clock. They will play the winner between Illinois and Las Vegas. The game is on ESPN. And I'll give you one final note in other news. Edgar Martinez is joining Yadier Molina's coaching staff on Team Puerto Rico for the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great. Good news. We love Edgar. Okay.
Oh, we do. Go hit them straight today. What are we playing for? You guys got a game?
I'm not sure.
Giving
Not
strokes?
Sure. I'm at that stage where, I can tell my kid still wants to play the blue tees, and I've lost distance and want to play the whites. So
Yeah, play the whites.
I think I might go with the blues today, just for the hell of it. And
Tee it forward.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah,
shoot low.
100 degrees though. We'll see if I can handle that. I'm gonna
take it easy.
Just
Drink lots of water.
And hydrate. Yeah.
All right. Jim Moore with us Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Brought to you now by A Clean Streak. Big thanks to Brian Turner. And now Brotherton Cadillac. Big thanks there to Brad Brotherton. And I'm going to tell you right now, nothing screams comfort and lifestyle more than a Cadillac from Brotherton Cadillac.
Okay, I think it was funny when you did that like 2 or 3 times during the podcast, but now you're on like 4, 5, and 6. It's not so funny anymore.
Good day to you, sir. We'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Good day. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs. There he is, Jim Moore. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Clean Streak. And big thanks to Brotherton Cadillac, now supporting the one and only Jim Moore. He's such a big deal that it takes not one, but now it's 2 sponsors. It really is incredible. I don't know how we do it. All right. Every Monday, we catch up with William Krueger, Bill Krueger, host of the Old School podcast. He also is on social media. He's on Twitter at oldschool_MLB. We talked to Bill. We get the very latest on the M's, an unfiltered version of his take on the Mariners. Before we do it, though, let's get a word from one of our sponsors, one of our longtime great sponsors, Georgetown Brewery.
Drink Georgetown Tavern Beer. Your new, locally brewed, domestic-style lager. 4.2% alcohol. Cheap, good, local.
Bill Krueger joins us now, host of the Old School Baseball podcast, which you can find on all podcast platforms. Also, you can follow him on social media at oldschool_MLB. 13 years there in professional baseball. Of course, was in your homes for many, many years. Talking Mariners there on the Mariners podcast. And he joins us here every single week to give you the unfiltered Mariners talk. Well, there's nothing to be critical about this week. My God, what a heater these guys are on, Bill. 9-1 on the homestand. They get a day off. Now they head back east with Baltimore, the Mets, and Phillies. A red-hot baseball team right now, William.
Clearly added to the deadline elements to this team that have lifted them to a whole nother level. Their lineup is just deeper. So even when one element or two aren't swinging the bat, it's the collective group that's adding the stress. And the team plays differently offensively now. They kind of come out and they're imposing their will on other teams for the most part. Most games. They've had a couple games where they didn't hit. Saw some pretty good pitching up front from clubs. But for the most part, they're putting it to people. That's much different. You've watched this team play for a number of years, and it's always been the starter sticks us, and then we chip away at the middle part of the bullpen, and we get to an even game, or we get up 1 run, and then we win at the end with some, clutch performance or just the ability to outlast the other team with the bullpen. This is different. That front 6 is making life really miserable for the clubs they've been playing.
Go more into that, Bill. How have they changed offensively?
Well, I just think that it's just a long resume of guys that have history and slugging and offensive production where you have to say, okay, now how are we going to approach this guy? So even though Suarez is hitting 100, he still demands attention. He still demands an approach. He's still a guy that, hey, if I get it in a certain spot, he's going to hit it in the second deck. So all that, you add that up and you stack that against one another, and it adds up to struggles. And Julio Rodriguez, for some reason, he turns whatever 100 games. He gives the league 100 games or so, and then all of a sudden he's a better player. He's the player that we envision him to be. I mean, of course, you've seen the numbers hitting. He's had like 11 homers in the last month, hitting 300. Mm-hmm. On base over 400, slugging over 600. and having him become, instead of being an inconsistent complementary player, to a player that can play at a stir the drink level, at the same time that you add two cornerstone bats that have huge resumes. It's a recipe for runs.
Yeah. His homestand, 571 slugging, an OPS of 867, the 4 home runs in the 9 RBIs. Yeah, I mean, it has been the back of his baseball card ever since he's entered the league, that he gets into July and August, and it takes off. It's just been one of those things for him. But yeah, you're right. He gets going, and now he doesn't have to carry the load. The expectations aren't placed on his shoulders because of what the season Cal is having. But now the addition of Josh Naylor, who has been fantastic since the acquisition of him. I mean, Suarez, other than Sunday, hasn't done anything since they acquired him. So now you're waiting. Well, once he starts heating up, I mean, this lineup it just gets longer and longer and longer. And when you have guys at the bottom of that lineup, take for example Dom Canzone, who's towards the bottom. Now JP hitting 8. And you see what Cole Young can do there in the 9th hole. There, you don't get a break with these guys.
The bottom 3 are playing every day. I mean, Dan Wilson said, I'm going to put the best player on the field, and I'm going to let him hit against left-handed pitching. Now, we know that JP can hit left-handed pitching. He's got a career of hitting left-handed pitching. But the other 2 guys, had it been any part of, the Scott Service regime, those guys would have been platoon for sure. But Dan playing it the other way. He's letting these guys play and swing the bat against left-handed pitching. I think there's, and we can get into this, what this club might look like as they formulate toward the playoffs, and when you face the Max Frieds of the world or the Tarek Skubals of the world. I mean, would you want a better matchup? Maybe you might. One game scenario, you might. But that for the moment. Or, Flamber Valdez. I mean, those kinds of matchups, you would love to be able to stack the deck, right? You'd love to, hey, Victor Robles is healthy and he's on the playoff roster, and he's now in right field against Skubal or Fried or Flamber. That's where you have to think a little bit harder about how you might want to make the club a little stronger in a particular situation. But those guys are benefiting from playing every day, and they're showing you that they can do it, and they're good players. They don't have to be great, and they know that. They can just chip in and be productive, and they have to play defense. And for the most part, I mean, Cole Young's played excellent defense. Canzone has played really well. This last homestand, he's had a couple little missteps. He misplayed a ball yesterday, bad angle, and then he had the ball against the wall that he fumbled. That cost him a run. But for the most part, I think he's played pretty well.
This is going to be a good problem to have. But when Robles does come back, how do you incorporate him in? How do you handle right field?
Well, I think we have to see if he's healthy. Okay. He's got to go and play, and he's going to have to play a lot because he missed most of the season. And then I think he becomes. They have options. They have options. They can use him in right field. They could use him as a DH against left-handed pitching. There's a lot of ways to go. And then he's a day off that maybe our outfield is not getting. So there's a lot of thought there. But for the most part, you're thinking, well, they've now created a really good tilt in right field. And he's got to accept the role, whatever it is, sure, to sort of step in. And if he's not playing as much as Canzone, then that's just because Canzone's had a great year and Robles has been out. And he has to sort of accept it and know that we're playing for the betterment of the team.
Yeah, it's again, I'll just go back to how I phrased it. It's a great problem to have for them. Because if you add him, whenever he comes back, he's going to do a rehab start. They said but 40 to 50 AB. So again, he's back before I think a lot of people thought he was going to be back. I think there's a lot of people that did not think he was going to come back at all this season based on that injury. So, and again, just you're adding another bat. You're this high energy guy that you add to this team. A guy that can be a problem on the bases. They've been a problem on the bases all season long. has this team, and then a guy that's a good there in right field. I mean, he could be a guy that comes in late and subs there for Canzone. We got last time when we talked, we probably discussed. I can't even remember. I can't remember yesterday. We probably discussed, God, Cal's kind of in this rut right now, and then all of a sudden, bam! Friday happens, Saturday happens, Sunday happens, and it's just whap, 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 and he's back on potentially on one of these heaters that he's been on all season long. He's 43rd, 44th, and 45th home run. And he just is just majestic, man. Unbelievable what he's doing. Because we probably all were just a little worried there for a second that he was dipping and maybe tiring.
Well, the ebb and flow of baseball. I mean, you're going to go through stretches where you struggle, and it's embedded in the game. There's just no being a great player in the NBA and getting your 25 every night. It doesn't quite work that way in baseball. The best pitcher in the world can get knocked out in the first inning. The best hitter in the world can go through a slump where he doesn't hit for a week. And we saw that with Cal. He didn't hit for a week. And then all of a sudden he resurfaces and hits. When he does hit, he hits for power. He's a slugger. Mm-hmm. He's not a guy that's going to hit 300, at least not yet. No. He's a guy that slugs. And the big one, of course, was game one against Tampa. We won the ball game. But his presence in the lineup and his ability to deliver. I mean, he had one hit in each of the games. They're all homers. Yeah. But that's the ultimate piece of damage right there.
Because it's funny if you look at when you pull up his game logs and you would just look at the first two numbers, his average and on base, terrible. But it's the slugging and the OPS through the roof.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's I mean he made strides. Okay, what's he hitting? 250, 245, 250. But he's a 220 hitter coming into this season. Mm-hmm. 220. He's made a big leap. He's tightened his strike zone, and he's coming off a little bit of it. I mean, he was pushing 280 for a while, which was just incredible, right? How much he had tightened up his strike zone and pitches that he knew he could handle and pitches that he couldn't, and then he went through a stretch where people preyed upon him, and he kind of played along. They stretched the top of the zone. They pitched backwards. They never gave in. And he probably was a little less willing to accept the walk. He was trying to swing his way out of it a little bit. And some of these are lessons learned of all of a sudden, I'm not just a 6-hole hitter that's cripple guy that's going to hit 30 homers and catch. Now I'm the centerpiece. I'm the guy that everybody's worried about, and they don't want to give in to him. So they pitch him up a high, and they pitch him down, and they pitch him away. They change speeds. They pitch backwards. This is like they're afraid of him.
No, they should be afraid of him. I think everybody should be. Everybody should be afraid of him. He's just he has been an absolute just a machine this year for this team. The other guy that's been a machine on the other side, on the pitching side, would be Bryan Woo. He ties 23 consecutive games to start a season. It ties Clayton Kershaw. There's another incredible number. The 23 games to start the season, going 6+ innings. Juan Marshall, 1968, most consecutive games with 6+ innings and 2 or fewer walks to begin a season. That coming from the Mariners game notes. There was a moment yesterday you thought that maybe Dan Wilson would pull him. He was getting into trouble. The Rays were starting to add some runs. He sticks with him. And my question to you is this, Bill. He sticks with him in that moment, and maybe in the past, whether it was Wilson or Scott Service, would come out, let's go to the bullpen, get you out of there. He stuck with them. It paid off. And Woo talked about it after the game that you feel good. You don't want to let your team down, your manager down for trusting you in that moment. A situation, a moment like that from Wilson to Woo, how much does that give him confidence and help him moving forward?
Well, it gives him a lot of confidence. He knows that there's a belief there in him, that he's a guy that can pitch through a tighter situation and carry the middle of the game. And he's had he's had some stretches where the home run ball stung him in the middle of the game. So it was nice to see him get through that situation. He got a couple of squirrely calls behind the plate that made life difficult for him. He's got to, keep his cool out there. In my day, you do that, and the umpire stands with his hands on his hips and may not call a strike for a hitter. I'm not kidding.
Right. Yeah.
You don't do that in today's game. You don't show each other up. But, he's a competitor. His ability to pitch in the different quadrants of the strike zone with a fastball, one that sort of tails and one that stays straight, he's a master of it. And yes, he has some deception. He's got a low arm release, but it also has to do with his pinpoint control at the top line, at in, at down. And it just goes to show you that when you make a box that big and you got deception and you got movement, it just goes to show you what's possible. We watched Castillo do it. Castillo does it very similarly to Woo. They both have the same approach. 60% fastball, one at the top line, one that runs. And you can really pitch the game with that because the strike zone goes from the little below the letters to the top of the knee. It's a big box. And baseball should pay attention to that more. Like fastball command, and if you can use that whole box, you can pitch. You can throw. I mean, today's game, we're scratching our head trying to find guys that throw more than 50% fastball. They've been taught they've been taught. Hey, look at your numbers. The league's only hitting this against your slider and your split and your curveball. Of course they do. That's the way those pitches are. They're not high strike pitches. You're leaning on the fact that the league is going to swing through those pitches. They're going to attack those pitches, but they eat pitch count. And Woo's got kind of the ability to dominate people and keep his pitch count pretty low. So I mean, I'm kind of we're getting off the topic. Yeah, I mean, if I'm Dan Wilson, I'm also wanting my starters to go further. And if you're reading the tea leaves, you're seeing it. Ferguson pitched to Caminero and gave up a homer. Ferguson pitched 2 innings yesterday. Why are they leaning so hard on him? Because there's a little less belief in the Bizarros and the Vargases and Legaminas of the world, okay? In the middle of the game. That's why it's important that Rube finished his inning. It was important for Castillo to go 7. We need to get Gilbert to figure it out. And Kirby, these guys need to be pitched a little further in games. They're not going to wear out, but they're going to have to do that. I mean, it's not. I mean, they're playing great baseball, and they're slamming the door shut at the end. And having Ferguson as another guy that you can really count on is wonderful. But that's part of the equation too in Dan's mind. He wants more from the starter because he's wary of those other guys.
Do you see how he handles the back end? You've seen him flipping back and forth. Is there any rhyme or reason to the Munoz Brash thing other than, hey, listen, we just can't throw Munoz every single time? Or do you think Wilson's looking forward to maybe save Munoz a little bit, that maybe we should flip him a little bit sometimes and not just pitch him in consecutive days in closing situations?
I think Munoz is not the most durable guy. He's become more durable than I think we thought he might because he had so many injury problems early in his career. I think it's all to do with Munoz's rest. It's his job. Okay. Brash is the guy that pitches before Munoz. And that's how it is. But what Brash showed you is that if you do give him the moment, he can overwhelm the competition, right?
Sure can. Oh yeah.
He's what we're seeing too with Brash is that he's getting to pitch a little bit more. And by getting to pitch a little bit more, we're not handling him with kid gloves. His touch is getting better. His touch on his pitches. He's developed a changeup, which is a nice pitch, but his breaking ball command was just spectacular over the weekend. And when he's able to throw that breaking ball for a strike, and he's got 97 in his back pocket, it's a problem. Righties are in deep trouble, for sure. And, they're both strikeout artists. They don't necessarily, pitch like with the kind of a surgeon-like efficiency. They tend to get take a little while to get going. And Munoz is a slow starter in a lot of his outings. He's going to have to clean that up a little bit. He's got to get a little better against lefties. But I'm getting to your question. Munoz is the closer. Yeah. Brash is the second closer. Brash pitches before Munoz.
Yeah. I want to get your thoughts on what you saw on Saturday. I just thought it was from the beginning to the end, the speech, the intro, all of it, just A plus, handled by the organization with Ichiro. Your thoughts on all of it with Ichiro having his number retired?
Well, he's an iconic player. I mean, the journey from Japan to be this great player that nobody really thought could do what he did in Japan and the United States, and he did it. And I think there were even thoughts, well, can he be good enough to play every day? Right? Is he going to survive? Boy, he did a lot more than that. He put records on their ear. He brought back the dead ball era. He brought back the great hitters of the turn of the century, the Cobbs and the Hornsbys and the like, the guys that just hit for a high average. I mean, it was like Gwynn and Boggs, except he could really run, right? It was like that, you know. And the pressure that he put on the team the first year that he played and won the MVP, and then his ability to just bat the ball. The kind of pressure he could put on the defense, and then he just was so prepared. He showed, and he's showing today, I think, the kind of professionalism that you need to have if you want to be great. And he's willing to share that with the kids that are here, which is great. When he was here, I don't think he was more like, I'll show you how I can do it.
Right.
You guys don't work as hard as I do. The league doesn't work as hard as I do. Nobody's as prepared as I am. And he's sort of in this Zen existence as a hitter. He just, all these little things that he took, nothing to chance, right? Every routine, every little piece of his routine, the sprinting, the long tossing, the exercises, the care of his bats, just the absolute precision that he operated with. And I think that all played out so nicely in the Hall of Fame speech, in this speech, that he was so prepared. It was precise.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he lives in. He lives in perfection. And we got to see some personality. You know, he's got a great personality. He's a funny guy.
He does.
And he loosened up a little bit, you know, over this time, and you know, was able to accept the allocates from his teammates and from ex-teammates and from baseball in general to celebrities to the crowd that warmed up to him like nobody's business. And the Mariners really know how to put these events together. It was a spectacular weekend. The team played great. Ichiro got his more than just. I don't know if he can. Just due is not the right word. To be honored at the highest degree, a unique player, a one-of-a-kind player, a player that I never. There's only one like him that I saw in my career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just a phenomenal weekend. I mean, just top to bottom, it was great. The video that they led into his speech was just great, with the fans reading letters to him. All right. Tell everyone where they can find you, to find the podcast, and then tell everybody what you're doing there on social media, please.
Well, I am on X. I am also on Spotify. My handle on X is _MLB. You go there, you're going to see my Twitter responses or my X responses, whether they're videos or commentary. And then under Spotify, we're sharing the Puck podcast with folks there, because you've been so kind to let me do that. And it allows me to do a little more storytelling with people. And I'm enjoying the experience. Jason, you've done a lot to help me get my voice out there. And I'm enjoying it. And that's where people can find me.
There you go. Bill Krueger, Old School Baseball Podcast. Find it on all your podcast platforms, and then check him out on social media there on X at _MLB. All right, enjoy your week, and we'll reconvene next week. We'll see how they do on this road trip. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, big trip. Thanks.
A big thanks to Bill Krueger again joins us on Monday's Old School Baseball Podcast. Find it on all your podcast platforms, and follow him if you're not following him right now at Old School Baseball MLB. Old School _MLB. Old School _MLB. I think it said Old School Baseball. Old School _MLB. Bill Krueger there on the latest thoughts there on Ichiro. If you came into it late, everything podcast later up on YouTube. Just search Puck Sports, and on the podcast as well. Both video and audio get posted right around noon every single day. So you can check it out on Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts. Oh, I want to mention one more time for all you parents out there who have any golf nuts in your household, kids, don't go spend $1 million on golf clubs, all right? Because our good friends at First Tee, Greater Seattle, have their sale coming up. They do, I want to say 3 of these a year. One's in the summer, another one in the fall, and then one in the spring. But First Tee Greater Seattle has their club sale that's coming up that benefits their programs all across the state. So if you're looking for new clubs for your kids or new clubs for yourself, go spend thousands and thousands of dollars, or you can go support a great organization like First Tee of Seattle or any chapter. It does not matter. They've got a sale coming up this weekend at Jefferson, now named Bill Wright Golf Complex, but formerly Jefferson. This Saturday, August 16th. So you can go and purchase new clubs. And again, it benefits the First Tee of Greater Seattle and all First Tee programs there as well. And they have got financial assistance too, if you can't afford clubs. Great selection. Saw all of them working out there yesterday over there, organizing all the bags. These are all high school kids that are doing it. Just fabulous. Just a great organization. So if you have a kid in your household that's getting into the sport, don't want to spend a ton of money, you don't have to. All right, before we wrap it up here, Hey, What the Puck is brought to you by Restoration One there of North Seattle. Restoration One is the spot that is going to help you out, because Restoration One is there to ease your worry, especially when you have any type of damage to your home or commercial property. They're local. They're going to take care of you. Trust me, I know these guys, and they are the best in the business. You can give them a call at 206-817-8917, or you can visit them online at restoration1.com. All right, well, the kind of piggybacking again what Jim and I talked a little bit about with the Mariners, the next few months are going to be a blast, just an absolute blast. Every night, watching, listening to the game, getting home on time to catch everything that you possibly can, living and dying on every single pitch, every missed call, every great hit, every great strikeout, looking at box scores constantly if you aren't doing that already, looking at the upcoming pitching probables, not just for the Mariners, but for the Astros, for the Blue Jays, for the Tigers, debating lineups and decisions made by the Mariners. The everyday nature of this incredible grind that is baseball is just awesome. And when you're in the thick of it, there's nothing better. There just is nothing better. When you're on the outside, it's awful. You can't, those cities thinking about football. Right now, the sports climate in this town is not thinking about football. They're just thinking about baseball right now. The Seahawks on the back burner. Absolute best adventure that we are in store for. Cannot wait. As a baseball fan, all of you, breathe it in. Cherish it. It's going to be an awesome, awesome ride coming up here in the next few months. All right. Hey, What the Puck, brought to you by Restoration One in North Seattle. Again, your restoration company that's going to let you help you with all your issues. Any water damage, fire damage, mold damage, whatever the damage is to not only just your personal property, but if you own a business, let them come in. They're going to take care of you. They're going to handle everything from the very first step of cleaning up to making it look great again. And they've been doing it for a long time. They are professional. They are local, and they're the best in the business. Make them your first call when those damages affect your property. 206-817-8917. Ask for our buddy Trent. Tell him we sent you. He'll probably charge more. No, he's going to give you a discount, I hope. Or you can visit them online at restoration1.com, the North Seattle franchise. All right. Thank you, everyone watching and listening today. Thank you to all our sponsors, Limback Lumber, Clean Streak. Now, also, Brotherton Cadillac, new sponsor there of Jim Moore. Georgetown Brewery. Check out their new tavern beer at your local bar and visit them at georgetownbeer.com. and, of course, Restoration 1. Today's Daily Puck Drop, find it up on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. Also find the Daily Puck Drop on your favorite podcast platforms and at pucksports.com. When you're there at pucksports.com, you can sign up to become a member if you'd like of the Pucks Posse. It only costs you $5 a month, or you get a discount if you sign up for a year. It's to support everything that we do here daily. In addition to that, for your gracious support, we have bonus shows that come out every single week. The Sports Pit with Steve Sandmeyer, Matt Stretch Johnson comes out on Tuesdays. Our MLB Insider show with Ryan Divish of the Seattle Times comes out on Wednesdays. And our visit with Mitch Levy, host of the Mitch Unfiltered podcast, KJ Arntz, is our show, comes out on Thursdays. If you watch it or listen to the live show, you get all of it. But once you miss that and it goes away, once we're done, the only way to watch or listen to it is via the Pucks Posse membership page. All you got to do is go to pucksports.com. Also, we now produce the Graz with Gas Take 5 podcast, which comes out later today, both on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms. All right. Monday in the books, coming up tomorrow on Tuesday's show. We start at 10. Jim Duquette, MLB Network Radio. Also, John Canzano from johncanzano.com. We'll talk to you at 10. Until then, promise to be better.
No shoes, no ties.
Would anybody like to smoke some pot?
Yeah.
I was born to love you. I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you. But you were born to rub me first.
What do you need my address for?
We'd like to send out a mailer.
Mother of mercy, I don't speak Japanese!